Stuart Little was the first film I ever saw in the cinema, so it holds a very special place in my heart. And I love the first two films, not the third one. I had seen the animated TV show before, but I couldn't remember it, so I thought I'd give the first episode a watch. Will I be watching any more? Maybe eventually, but I'm not going to watch the second episode anytime soon. This is The Meatloaf Bandit, released originally in 2003, directed by Bob Hathcock, and we have some voice actors the same, some different. David Kaufman is Stuart Little, we have Quinton Flynn as Snowbell, and Myles Jeffrey as George. We actually have Hugh Laurie as Mr. Little, which I was rather pleased about. And in this one, somebody has been stealing Meatloaf. And I'll be honest, I feel like it was very obvious who the Meatloaf Bandit is. I feel like as soon as that character was known in the episode, I felt like it was very obvious. I don't know if it's just because I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking that I'm older, so it's more obvious for a younger audience. It might not be, but I don't know. Maybe, let me know what you think. If you remember watching this episode for the first time when it aired, or, back in the day, do you remember it being obvious or not? I don't know. But personally, I liked watching this first episode because it was fun to see what similarities and differences there were. Obviously, differences in the voice cast. The voice acting is very good, and where there are differences, I don't think it makes that much of a difference. It didn't hinder my enjoyment. I love the fact that we have the wallpaper the same, the design of the house exterior is very similar. It's absolutely beautiful, and I really enjoyed it. I feel like they didn't take full advantage of Stuart's shorter height in this one, as with the films, but maybe that would be more apparent in future episodes. For example, in the films, he often plays with toys and interacts with little costumes. One of my favorite moments in the film is where he's trying on the different outfits. Absolutely love that scene. But it was still pretty good. I didn't mind it. It was fun to see, as I said, what they decided to change and where things were recognizable. But it wasn't exactly a fun narrative. And as I said, I felt it was maybe just a little bit obvious and a little bit predictable. Maybe one day I'll watch the other episodes, but it doesn't surprise me that this had a very short run and didn't get commissioned for a second season. That's to say that if they wanted to try and get a second season commissioned, maybe they only ever meant to do one very short season. But if you're a fan of Stuart Little, I'd say give it a watch. It's more enjoyable than the third film. And I think the message there is that it's fine in small doses. It's 20-ish minutes. And that's not too bad for animated Stuart Little, but any longer, and it might not have been so engaging. Fun, cute, okay as an occasional, but I'm not going to, storm ahead and watch the rest of the season quite yet.